Hello everybody, this is going to be my commemorative speech number 2 of the semester, and I'm going to be talking about an event that happened in my life that impacted it significantly and still does to this day. So I'll just jump right into it. So it was the summer of 14. I was going into my senior year of high school, and my sister was going into her freshman year of high school. So two very big points of our life at that time. My dad had been working. He was delivering milk for Gandy's, and his day starts at like 2 in the morning. So he would wake up, just out of nowhere, he just started to feel like very like sluggish, tired, short of breath, like couldn't really just like keep up with what he needed to be doing like he was supposed to. So he comes home and he tells my mom like what had been going on. She was like, in the morning you need to go down to the clinic and see what they tell you. So my dad, being my dad, hates going to the doctor, so he waited about a whole week to go down there. So the morning he goes up there, he tells the nurses, he's like, I'm really short, I'm out of breath, I can't keep up, like I'm sleeping all night, like during the day, like I feel like I have mono or something along the lines of that. So the nurses give him a back brace to put around his ribs to try to compact them to see if this would help his shortness of breath. So he wears this for about a week, and it helps a little bit, but like he's still extremely tired, like not keeping up. My dad at that time was still pretty young, like late 30s. Like his symptoms should not have been happening at that age. So he waits about a week, goes back and tells them I'm still having the same symptoms, like should I go to the hospital or can we try something different? So the nurses end up taking some blood to test for like just specific reasons. So he goes back to work. He's there for about 2 more hours, and they call him. They're like, Mr. Moore, you need to go down to the hospital. Your white blood cell counts are not where they should be. They're extremely low. So he goes back to work for about an hour, gets off, and then rushes down to the hospital. And me, my mom, my sister, we all meet him down there. When we walk in, they already have doctors, specialists, nurses, like everybody's there waiting on us, waiting on him to get there. So they take us back to a room, and we're just sitting there. They draw more blood from him to see if his white blood cell count had gone up or anything. So at this time, my mom tells us to, my mom actually tells me to take my sister to go shopping at the mall just to waste time because they were going to be there for a while. So we leave for like an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, and she calls me and she's like, hey Taylor, bring you and your sister down here. You don't have to rush because we're still going to be down here for a while. And it's just something about the tone of her voice just like gave me chills, like all up and down my arm. And I was like, okay, like we're coming. So when we get there, they already have a cancer specialist in there talking to my mom and dad. And like we walk in at the perfect moment. They're like, Mr. Moore, you have acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I was like, my dad was young, like he was still going to work out with me, like we'd go kick the ball around and stuff. So just to hear something like that, like it kind of scared me at the moment. So the doctor's name was Dr. Cherku, and he's telling my dad, like, you have 2 options. We can either fly you down to San Antonio to the hospital, the cancer hospital down there, or we can drive you to UT Southwestern in Dallas. And my dad chose Dallas, obviously, because me and my sister were still going back and forth for select soccer games every other weekend to play down there. So they take him down there. He's down there for like 6 months exactly, just getting chemo, getting radiation treatments, just trying to fight off this cancer that he had. And luckily, the type of cancer that he had has 2 different types. type A is the type that will, it can go away, but it comes back very often. And type B, like there's no, pretty much there's no cure for it. Like you're going to pass away eventually. So my dad got diagnosed with type A, so they wanted to keep an eye on it for 5 years after the chemo and treatment stopped. So after he gets out of the hospital, we take him back home, and he's doing real good. And then out of nowhere, like he just gets real sick, and we take him down to the hospital where we live at in San Angelo, and he gets pneumonia, which just completely throws off everything. So with his cancer, you can't get sick. Like you're more able to catch like diseases and stuff. So getting sick really set us back a couple of months. So fast forward, he actually beats the cancer. He's still in remission to this day. Not too long ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, he had his last chemo treatment. Praise Jesus. So that is my commemorative speech. Thank you for listening.